Welcome back, everybody. We are here with Crackle's own Chris Woolsey, who is freezing up in here.
Oh my gosh, it is so cold, Raven. The holidays are clearly here. Wait a minute, we're both in Southern California. It's like 83 and breezy outside. This is ridiculous. I don't know what I was thinking.
Well, we kind of have to
Oh,
play it up for everybody else, right? Make them feel
exactly.
they're not the only ones suffering at this point.
All my friends on the East Coast who hate me right now.
That's my entire family. Like, oh my gosh, you have such amazing weather. And I'm like, yeah, it rained, but I like this weather, like when it's a little cooler and
I do too.
although the daylight savings has been throwing me off. I don't know. I don't know what's up with this year. Has it been
Yeah.
affecting you too? Because it's been
Yes.
crazy.
Especially the first couple weeks, it was just, yeah, it was the whole thing. And then I just at the end of the night, it's dark too fast. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just, I do love this weather, but everything's just throwing me off. So
Totally get it.
well, let's dive right into it because we do have a
Yeah.
long list of amazing things that are coming to Crackle this month. And I'm just so excited because it's the holiday season and we've got some good stuff on there and stuff that's not technically related to Christmas, but still amazing.
Absolutely. Yep, for sure. So we've got we like to think of it as the full spectrum of holiday titles. So yeah, everybody loves Home Alone and Christmas Story and Elf and but there's sort of a limit to the number of times that you can watch each of those each season. So we want to throw a couple more goofy titles into the mix for everyone. And so we have a great one this month. It's called Christmas Break-In, and that's with Denise Richards
Mm-hmm.
and Danny Glover. Now, if there was ever a combo that you never thought would be in a movie together, it would probably be Denise Richards and Danny Glover.
I
But
will do that.
yeah, but they kill it. It's amazing. It's such a good movie. It's kind of a female centric version of Home Alone. So it's a little girl who's been stuck in her elementary school, and there's some ne'er do wells that are trying to get into ne'er do well. And they find that the little girl that they've come up against is much more than meets the eye. So it's super goofy, super fun. It's great for the whole family. Grandma can watch this one. It's awesome.
That sounds like it's going to have a lot of laughs in it for sure.
Yep, without
Yeah.
a doubt.
Well, I will definitely be tuning into that one because first off, we need more holiday movies, like you said, instead of just the normal. Don't get me wrong, I will watch them
Oh yeah.
always,
Yep.
um, but I also watch some of them not in the holiday season either. So you
Sure.
know, so I'm always about enjoying the festive movies whenever I can. So all right, well, be sure to check that one out because I mean, again, like you said, Denise Richards and Danny Glover. I mean, even if you didn't want to watch a Christmas movie, just to see the two of them in a movie together, I think
Absolutely.
that sells itself.
For sure. For sure.
Get the added bonus of a kick butt kid. So it's like, all right, cool, let's just watch this and see what happens.
Those are always kick butt kid movies are always pretty fun.
Oh, they really are. They
I
really
feel
are.
like you
Kind of
just
makes me
coined
miss.
I feel like you just coined a genre title that never had been coined. Kick butt kid movies. I think that's a thing now. Like Dennis the Menace and Home
Yeah.
Alone and Christmas Break-In. I love that. I think
Yeah.
you're going to go down in cinema history for this one.
Yeah. We need to make that happen. All right. I'm trademarking it. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody use it. Just give me credit. Just say,
That's
hey,
right.
she came up with this. No. All right. Well, what do we have next? Because I know we also have some, rom-coms and some more spiritual ones. So let's
Yep.
talk
So
about the next one.
on the spiritual end of the spectrum, we have the Chosen Christmas special, Christmas with the Chosen, The Messengers. Now, I don't know if you're aware of the series The Chosen. It's a TV series based on the life and ministry of Jesus, and we
Oh,
have season one on Crackle. Season two is coming soon, I've been told, and then season three is airing elsewhere, and then will be hopefully coming to Crackle. But I have to say, it is, and I don't want to oversell it, but it might be the greatest Christian TV series ever created.
Oh.
Everything about it is spectacular. The writing is great. The production values are spectacular. The acting, they got these amazing actors who, when I actually went and dove in, they've all done a lot, but they aren't like, sometimes you see the Bible movies and you're like, oh, I saw that guy was in a commercial for cheese. Like, it's just like
Yeah.
it's weird to see people in Bible movies that are like super recognizable.
Yeah.
And these people aren't, but they're incredible actors. It's actually the largest crowdfunding project of all time.
Wow.
They've raised, I believe, more money than any other crowdfunding project ever. And at the moment, it's had 330 million views around the world.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not joking. I ugly cried through the pilot, and I don't think I missed a sob fest through all of season 1. Like, it's so good. I can't even tell you. Highly recommended. And you can binge the whole season 1 on Crackle right now. So,
Oh, wow. No,
and so
I'm not
this is a
familiar with
special.
that.
Yeah, it's great. And
Yeah,
this is a Christmas special. And what it is it's a musical retelling of the nativity story. And
oh,
they not only do they use cast members from the series, but then they also bring in big name Christian musicians. So they have Phil Wickham, who's one of the biggest worship leaders in the country. There's a band called For King and Country that's very big, and Brandon Lake is a huge name in Christian music. And that's just a few of the many super talented musicians they have. So it's sort of like it's like a throwback to like the 80s, where you would have these like musical extravaganza spectaculars with all these stars in it. So it's really fun. It's beautifully done, and I cannot say enough good things about it.
well, it's kind of funny. I grew up Catholic.
Mhm.
I do not attend church anymore, but I still love watching different things that come out that are about Jesus and Christmas, kind of seeing what reminds me of, going to catechism and stuff like that, all the things that they taught us. And my grandfather, when he was alive, would literally go to church every single day. And whether it was just to give thanks, pray, go to mass, whatever, light a candle, whatever he wanted. That's what he would do every single day. And then, of course, Sunday was,
Sure.
church day.
Yep.
And we would always watch things like this. So
But
even though he's not with us anymore, it'll be a lot of fun to watch this. But also, speaking of the musicals, my mom and I used to go and see Jesus Christ Superstar. Like
oh yeah.
that was my, because it was like a rock opera and it was so cool. But every time what's going to happen at the end and you still ugly cry. You're just like, oh, it gets you every time. You're like, what's coming. So it'll be really cool to watch this even without the musical. I do want to watch season 1 as well because it just sounds it doesn't sound like it's as cheesy as what I remember, the old school
It is
to
not.
be.
When you see the actor who portrays Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
not only did they cast someone who looks like you think that someone in that time period and in that region of the world would actually look like, as
Right.
opposed to the Aryan actors that so often got cast.
Right.
And but his demeanor, you after 5 minutes you just go, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is what Jesus acted like. I mean, but they also do, it's written by Dallas Jenkins, whose dad, Jerry Jenkins, wrote the Left Behind series. And Dallas, which was like a huge bestseller in the 80s. And they made like a couple of they made movies with Nicolas Cage and Kirk Cameron.
Oh, I remember the Left Behind. Yeah. I remember
I
a
feel
lot of
like
my friends watched those.
Sure. And I feel like Dallas was like, I want to go my own way and do my own thing. And he wrote and directed this series. And again, it's spectacular. And the Christmas special is just sort of the icing on the cake. It's just really, really well done. And yeah, it put your heart in the right place. I'll tell you that watching this. So check it out. I think you're gonna dig it.
Oh, definitely. Well, and then after obviously ugly crying, we might as well jump into some romantic comedy.
Yes, and we have a doozy. So we have Meeting Mr. Christmas. Now, there is a greeting card company out there who makes films who that tend to do really well during the holidays, and this particular film is sort of in that vein. It is
Mhm.
really fun. It's like like you said, it's like a rom-com Christmas movie, Meeting Mr. Christmas. It's about a vacation blogger who hates Christmas, and she has to go back to her hometown, of course, during the Christmas holiday to help her mom with a charity event, of course. And in the process, she gets thrown together with the town doctor, who it ends up is Christmas superfan number 99. And so she has to work with this guy who just drives her bananas because of his affinity for the holiday season. And let's just say romance ensues. But it's really good. You're going to love it. It's a Chicken Soup for the Soul original. It was great. So
Well, yeah, I watched the trailer for it and it made me chuckle a couple of times. I'm like, and you know, sometimes you, especially with these, because there are a lot of them, like you said, there is a specific card company that probably hands down just can write something, you know, in their sleep because they've been doing this for so long. So
oh yeah.
sometimes you can usually tell where the story's going to go, but you still enjoy them nonetheless. So I'm really excited to watch this one just because, you know, it's a little bit of a different type of story. Again, you know, sometimes they kind of all fall in line, but it looked so cute.
Yeah.
And you could just tell he loved Christmas and you can tell she loathed it. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. Let's see these heads butt about this and see what chaos ensues.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
it's super cute. This movie could not be sweeter if it was made of pie. I'm just gonna say
oh,
it.
I
It's great.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good way to explain. All right. Well, we'll definitely be checking that one out.
Okay. Awesome.
And then after all the mushy mushies, you know, and all the tugging at the heartstrings and happiness, let's get into some action here.
So yeah, for sure. So we have a couple of doozies here as well. So we have Sleigh Bells, and that is SLAYBELLES. So you've got
Ooh.
three cosplayers, adorable cosplayers from the South, and they stumble onto a little sort of a new part of the Christian lore known as Krampus. And I don't know if you're aware of the Krampus, but
Oh, I am, and I have used that on my family members. I'm like, do you just wait
it's
till
a
Krampus
big
shows
thing
up?
now. There's like dozens of Krampus movies, and I don't know
Mhm.
when this, like, it seems like it just took off in the last 4 or 5 years, but or was
Yeah,
this an older thing and I just missed out on it? I don't know.
well, I know that there have been some like B horror films that have kind of touched upon Krampus, but it goes back to like old lore and like even I'm sure my family members who are still in like, you know, Europe, they probably still use this. You know, it's
Okay.
basically to scare the bejesus, so to speak, out of the kids to be good.
Okay.
Otherwise, you get in the sack. Like it's creepy, but
Gotcha.
apparently it works to make the kids be good so that they actually get presents
All
um
right.
on
Well, these cosplayers run into old Saint Krampus or whatever he
no,
is,
I like that.
and they so they think they're in big trouble when all of a sudden a certain Saint Nick makes an appearance, and the girls team up with Santa Claus to battle Krampus.
Oh
So
god.
it's super fun. So it's like a weird Christmas action amalgam there. It's great.
That sounds so amazing. Like I'm actually I need to see um if I know who any of the cosplayers are because I know some cosplayers from
Oh,
the
that's
South
right. I forgot. You're like totally plugged into that world.
and I'm like, who are they? Who
You
are they?
might. I don't know if they were like professional cosplayers or if they were just cast as cosplayers, but
Oh, well,
yeah, you'll
we'll take a look later because
okay. Let
usually
me
they try
know.
to
I'd
keep
be
it
interested.
name. I'll put that in my little notes, when we post this, because I'm very curious to see if I recognize anybody, because I love that stuff. It cracks me up. And there are actually a lot of like big cosplayers in the South too. So
Oh
I'll
yeah.
definitely I'll keep you
Okay.
posted on that.
Awesome. I look forward to an update. But then if that's a little too dark for you, we also have Christmas Twister. And this is starring your friend and mine, Casper Van Dien. And Casper in this, who's always wonderful. You and I both got to hang out with him just a little while ago at Comic-Con San Diego. And you know how great he and his wife are. And so he is the star of this film, and he plays a meteorologist, of course, who is trying to warn the world that there is a gigantic tornado that is going to come and rip through the city in Texas where he lives. And of course, no one listens to poor Casper. And so eventually this tornado, of course, shows up, and then Casper's got to rescue, the world.
He's got to save the day. He's got to
As he
save the day
does.
like he always does. Okay. Although there
Yep.
is one movie that what is it? Is it Mad Heidi? I think it is. I haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah.
that one, I'm like, maybe he doesn't save the day in that one based off the trailer.
Oh, he
But
looks. I saw the
everything else,
trailer for that. Yeah.
I was like, he is such a well-rounded actor. Like he can go from being the sweetest thing to a complete psychopath. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand how people just, if you I'm sure everybody has heard of him. Okay. If you haven't, you're living under a rock. But if you haven't, it's amazing his talent. And,
Yeah.
just watching trailers of different things. And then I'm like, oh my God, he was in Sleepy Hollow, because I watched that again. And I'm
Yep.
just like, no matter what, you always enjoy what he's in. So I can't wait to watch this, because who doesn't want to see, there's going to be some flying plastic reindeer in that Twister, and I cannot wait for that. Okay. And if it's
Absolutely.
not, then I'm going to yell at whoever did it.
There is a flying something in that movie. And when you see the scene that I'm talking, you'll know the scene when you see it, and you'll go, oh my gosh, it's so great. Like you're like, okay, surely that's not gonna happen. Yes, it is. Here it comes.
I love it.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
I love it so much. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be actually the first thing that I watch.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it at the gym. I don't know. I got to go to the gym after this. So we'll see what I'm going to watch, but I got to make sure I'm not going to be like laughing my butt off while I'm on the treadmill, because I'll run out of air.
Totally. Well, so just in case that's not enough action for you, we also, the last few years, Die Hard has become this like Christmas darling. And we thought, well, if Die Hard can be a Christmas film, why not The Expendables?
Yes.
So
I absolutely loved the first one. The first one, oh my God. I mean, not that I didn't like the other ones, but the first one that came out and Red came out, and those two were like, I watched them a million freaking times. I could probably recite them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
well, I mean, it's just such a great premise.
It really is.
Let's get all of these washed up soldiers of fortune played by guys who played soldiers of fortune in their youth. Like it's brilliant. Whoever pitched it, I want to give them a big hug, because it's the most brilliant pitch in the world. So we have the entire franchise, all three Expendables. And I mean, and we talk about all these action stars, but it really is a who's who of the last 30 years of action films. It's Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren, Jet Li, Bruce Willis, Chris Hemsworth, or Liam Hemsworth, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, because they just start throwing in, like, I think the originals were, it was definitely Sly and Jason Statham, Jet Li.
Was it Bruce Willis in the originals?
Yeah.
Was he in the sequel? Was Bruce Willis in the original?
Bruce was in the sequel.
Okay.
Because I think, did he show up with Arnold, or was Arnold I don't remember, but they all eventually show up. But the original it didn't have them. And I think there was something with like recording times and stuff like that, or film
Sure.
times.
Can you imagine trying to
Um,
get all those schedules lined up to film these things?
oh God, because they're all busy.
There
And
has
then
to be
I
like
was
2 days in the entire year when they're all available. It's like, all right.
yeah, and then I was like, oh look, they're having a Planet Hollywood reunion, you know,
Yep,
because they were all,
totally.
and so it was just it was so much fun to watch
Yep.
because it's almost like in the sense the Fast and the Furious movies, you know, they're just absolutely ridiculous and everybody should have died in the first 5 minutes,
Right.
but it's not like a Michael Bay, I'm just going to blow stuff up. You know what
Right.
I mean? Like you're just there's still some unexpected things, but it's fun and it's witty and
Yep.
you're just like this is great. Like cuz them working together, you can tell they just had so much fun on it.
Oh yeah.
And that's the great thing. Like you guys bring in a lot of stuff where you can just tell that they had so much fun in the camaraderie with the filming. So it's good quality watching, right? And that's what I love about Crackle. You guys always have good quality watching. So
And
I appreciate it.
it's always free. So that's even better.
Yes.
Yes. So in a day when other people out there are trying to charge you to watch commercials, Crackle still says, "No, it's free. If you're going to watch commercials, we're going to make it free for you." So that is awesome that you are having such a good time watching
Oh
all
my
of the movies
gosh.
that we are bringing in.
I really shouldn't watch as much television and movies as I do, but
No,
like
you
I said,
should. You
it's
absolutely should
free.
watch.
So
Yeah,
I'm just gonna watch to my heart's content until it's
that's
2 o'clock
right.
in the morning and then realize I have to be up 4 hours later for work. You know, it's
And you
who
don't have to
cares?
feel bad
Whatever.
about it.
You
That's
take
right.
a nap. You just take a nap. It's fine. Um,
Exactly.
wow. This is a great month. I mean, look, they've all been great months, but they just keep getting better and better, Chris. I'm telling you. It's
We are
just
working really hard down at Crackle HQ to bring you the best of the best.
oh, I love it so much. And I know that, people who have already started tuning into Crackle are enjoying it. And those of you who aren't, let's get on it. No time to waste. There is way too much to watch, okay? And you need
That
to
is for
fill up your
sure.
holiday time with all this fun stuff. So,
Yep. You're
um,
going to have plenty of time over the holidays to watch all of it. And you have to, because in 2023, we've got a whole new truckload coming your way.
oh
So
boy. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to prepare. I'm gonna have to prepare. We're gonna make it
absolutely. That's
work.
why you're going to the gym. That's right.
I know. I gotta get all that energy so that I can stay up longer to watch everything.
Exactly.
Oh man. Well, I cannot wait for 2023. I mean, this year has flown by so fast, but I just want to thank you for being with us again and sharing everything that Crackle has. I have just enjoyed our monthly meetings so much. It's always fun to chat with you, and I hope that you have a wonderful holiday. And everybody else, don't forget to tune in. Check it out. It's free. You're crazy if you don't.
It's like the Christmas gift that just keeps on giving.
Yes. And what not to give during this, amazing holiday season. Check
That's
it
right.
out.
And Raven, thank you so much for having me again this month. It is the highlight of my month
Oh
coming
my
here.
God, you're too kind.
So thank you so much.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful holiday and we will talk to you next year.
You too. We'll talk soon.
Bye.